Hello, everyone. This is Jim Okrasinski with hopefully a quick lecture video. So, it was my intention to lay low and allow everyone the opportunity to focus on the annotated bibliography that's due on Sunday. I wasn't really going to push out a lecture video. However, I have been getting quite a few emails asking some questions, and I feel that perhaps some redirect or some clarification might be in order. I've always believed that the annotated bibliography video here was a pretty good reference point there that answered many questions, along with some of the some of the instructions here. And more importantly, an example here that isn't too old, so it should be appropriate. Demonstrating many aspects of what the annotated bibliography should look like and some of the requirements there. So let me touch on a few things I've got some questions on. Okay, this is really also comes down to your interpretation here. I'm looking for a minimum of 8 sources. I provide 4 categories between the published books and articles, internet sources, multimedia, and living sources. Any good research is always represented by a broad base of source material and source information. So I obviously, I'm looking for 1 or 2 sources from each of the categories. If you don't have something in one of the categories, you can make it up in another category to make up that 8. But it should be no particular issue to find something on all the topics in the published books or journal articles or even newspaper and magazine articles here. All right. Couple of internet sources, couple of multimedia sources, TED presentations, substantial YouTube videos, documentaries would work extremely well. The Curious Researcher and the MLA resources in the Purdue OWL will help you cite those particular sources. Interviews and annotation with annotations, and also interviews, and even if you work in a survey, the back of chapter 2 Ballinger talks all about interviews and surveys, so you can extract some of the ideas for questions, open-end questions, how to pull together surveys. You can do that quite easily with Google Forms, or if you want to use a free version of SurveyMonkey, it's certainly out there. One of those would also add to your research topic, right? So when it comes into the interviews, if you look at page, I believe it's 183, they provide the format in the Curious Researcher. Yep, 183, that will let you know how to cite an interview. And you can summarize and provide the information for the for that particular interview. Okay. Surveys. If you have a survey and you're using a survey, then I'm going to want to see the link to your digital survey. You're going to include that, like every source, print source, should have a link to it. So that's just one of the clarifications there. What I have here is in this example, it's pretty, I don't know how to describe it anything as other than straightforward. What you have is you have the citation here with all the information and the link. Every digital source has to have the link included in the citation or the permanent index number. That would be the DOI number if you got it through the databases. So you want to make sure I can click through and download your form and find all your source material. Here we see the typical 3-part annotation, right? What provides the qualification and who the author might be, summary of the article, and then how it's relevant. And that is the pattern that is described in what's in an annotation, and how to build one. So if I scroll through the example, it should be pretty apparent here that these 3-part structure of an annotation, 3 separate little paragraphs, works well here. Okay, so what I have as I'm scrolling and talking, we see this is a consistent representation, exactly of the authors and their qualifications, the summary and the relevance. All right, so as I scroll through, there is no works cited page or bibliography at the end of an annotated bibliography. You're covered with the citation and the annotation here as I scroll through, and then you have the conclusion here. All right, so I want to make sure everyone is aware of the three-part annotation. I talk about it here in the instructional video, okay, and it's described here in the instructions. So I want to just emphasize those in this particular short video here. So this, as you see here, are the instructions. I think I've covered just about everything as far as the questions that have come up in the last several days. Quite naturally, as I mentioned earlier, this is a matter of interpretation. And I just think it's to do your best job and look at it. If for some reasons things don't work out and you are unhappy with your grade on this assignment, and I understand more than anybody, it is a sizable portion of your grade. You know, there are always the opportunities in this course to revise and resubmit an assignment that doesn't work well. So I want everybody to understand that. All right. If you have any questions as we move forward to the Sunday due date, send me an email. If anything, then just good luck.